Your family has a very strong influence on you as a child. Coming from a business family, this entrepreneur always wanted to have his own business. It's this passion in him that has taken him so far. In this episode, we're in conversation with Abhishek Chaudhary, founder of DataKund, who is going to give you a glimpse of what it is like to be a solo founder in a budding startup. He made his share of mistakes, learned from them, and rose up stronger. He explains why you don't actually need a mentor from the industry. Instead, all you need to do is study your customers and you will find out your path. So let's listen to him and learn from his strategies.
Hey Abhishek, welcome to VC Stories podcast and congratulations on getting selected to class 4 of 100x VCs. So for those who don't know you yet, can you please tell them your story?
Sure. So, hi everyone. Myself, Abhishek Chaudhary, as Ismail mentioned. I'll tell a brief of about myself, where we came from and how we started. So, I graduated from IIT Mandi in 2016, then went on to work in Amazon and Samsung for 2 years as software developer. Then I left my job because I always wanted to do something on my own. And so I did consulting for 2 years. I hired a team of 5 people, and we were doing consulting, building automation projects for over 100 clients. We built projects for them, and so we were doing like Python programming there, using Selenium to automate day-to-day tasks for them. And we were facing a lot of problems in delivering those projects. We were using Selenium back then, and we were looking for a solution for solve our problems. We couldn't find any, and that is when last year we finally planned that okay, we should be the one fixing this problem. So we started working on the product DataKund, which is so it's been over a year now. We have been working on this year.
Excellent. So what we would like to know is what was your key driving force to become an entrepreneur?
Sure. So for me, one focus always has been actually it's really love for the country. And look, I mean, there are lots of software engineers, Indians who work as software engineers around the world in lots of companies, Googles and Amazons. But how many worldwide companies, Fortune 500 companies, are from India? Very less, right? But most of the people are just looking for jobs. And even in my college, IIT Mandi, they all go for just start working in Amazon and Google and get good packages because it's really easy step to go. वो आसान वही रहता है, but the hard step is that okay, खुद company शुरू करना है, and that is where India is lacking and India needs to grow. And it is a very good time for startups right now. कि अगर कोई चाहता है, things are ecosystem is very well available for them right now, and so that is what just wanted to make that difference there. That lots of companies should be coming out of India. Yeah.
So moving on the same line, what was the reaction of your friends and family when you decided to become an entrepreneur and leaving your high-paying job?
Sure. So, like for me, the things have been different. Like I have been even telling my family from very start. Like I was in 9th class, मैंने तब से ही बोला था कि मैं अपना ही कुछ करना चाहता हूँ. So they had like all this thing in their mind कि उनको पता था कि ये कुछ अपना ही करेगा है जो भी है. Even in 9th, I used to say, because I thought like maybe I'll become a doctor. I didn't know anything about in 9th. So मैं बोलता था कि मैं अपना hospital खोलूंगा. I'll not do a job anyway. So they knew that right from the start. Even in my college, when I got an internship in Amazon, मैंने कहा था कि मैं सिर्फ इंटर्नशिप करके ऑफर को मना कर दूंगा. तो उनको पता था कि ये नहीं करेगा, तो दे हैड दिस आइडिया, तो उनको आदत थी. तो आई वर्क फॉर 2 years. मैंने फिर भी 2 साल जॉब करी, तो उनके लिए वो भी था कि वो भी बहुत है कि 2 साल भी जॉब करी है, ये तो 10 साल से कह रहा है कि जॉब नहीं करेगा. तो दे वर यूज्ड टू इट.
So basically you had that कीड़ा starting से ही कि मेरे को खुद ही अपना कुछ करना है.
Yeah.
So basically for you it was be your own boss वाली thing. And for you, is the startup a way of getting rich or helping the people?
It is for sure. I mean, not for getting rich. I mean, be your own boss is one for sure. Like the एक चीज रहता है कि हाँ, भी अपनी उसमें रहता है. But the thing is that I have a lot of ideas in my mind कि ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए. That is where the really push comes in. is कि यार मेरा मन ये करने का, and I should be doing that, right? If I want to do कि नहीं मुझे इस business में जाना है, then when you're doing business, then you are on your own. and that is what I really wanted. And obviously it's so much more of like changing the world, like affecting humanity with our business. That is much more encouraging and much more pushing rather than getting rich. Ki getting rich se kya hoga, 4 gaadiyan aa jayengi, bangla aa jayega and all that stuff, right? I mean, it really, for me, like quite frankly, for me, you know, I am perfectly fine even driving a scooter all my life. Like quite frankly, for मेरे को वो नहीं जमता है कि गाड़ी चलानी है, 4 गाड़ियां लेनी है and all that stuff. So for me, yeah, so it is really, I think it's really affecting in the end. मरने से पहले satisfaction वो है कि, you know, how much did you change the world. आपका product अगर बिलियन लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, just imagine, that will give you much more satisfaction than आपके पास 100 करोड़ रुपए हैं.
Yeah, and money is the side product of that.
Yeah, so it gets a side product. वो वही है कि आप करोगे तो आपको money मिल जाएगा, but yeah, it shouldn't be the only need for you going for sure. Yeah.
जैसे 3 Idiots वाली बात की, पैसे के पीछे नहीं, पैशन के पीछे भागो.
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, तो पैसे को ध्यान रखना पड़ता है एक्चुअली, यू नो, इसमें थोड़ा सा ऐसा रहता है कि व्हाट, यू नो, मेरी सोच बहुत ज्यादा पैशन के पीछे चली जाती है और मैं पैसे को भूल जाता हूँ, और वहां पे भी गड़बड़ी हो जाती है, बिकॉज बिजनेस पैसे के बिना नहीं चलता, राइट? बिजनेस को चलाने के लिए हम कोई, वी आर नॉट अ नॉन प्रॉफिटेबल कंपनी, वी हैव टू गेट फ्रॉम द कस्टमर्स. तो हमें फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव पैसे का ध्यान रखना जरूरी है कि पैसा कहाँ से आएगा, कस्टमर कैसे आना है, बेचना कैसे है, मार्केटिंग कैसे करनी है, बट द फोकस हैज टू बी कि नहीं, हम ये चेंज लेके आना चाहते हैं सोसाइटी में. आई थिंक दैट्स फॉर मी, दैट हैज बीन देयर.
अंडरस्टूड, वेल सेड. व्हेन यू गेट साइड ट्रैक्ड कि मैं पैसे को भूल जाता हूँ एक बार के लिए, पैशन को फॉलो करता हूँ, हाउ डू यू गेट बैक टू दैट ट्रैक कि मेरे को नहीं यार, पैसे भी थोड़े से ध्यान में रखने हैं? डू यू हैव अ मेंटोर जो आपको सपोर्ट करते हैं, दैट पर्सन हु गाइड यू?
सो हाउ डू आई गेट बैक साइड ट्रैक? जब भी साइड ट्रैक हो जाता है तो वो महीने का बैंक अकाउंट जब झलकता है, वो, यू नो, दैट इज रियली टेल्स अस कि नहीं, यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ द कस्टमर्स, राइट? आप अपने पैशन के पीछे कब तक जाओगे? इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी मनी इन योर बैंक अकाउंट, हाउ विल यू इवन ईट मनी फूड, राइट? आप खाना कैसे खाओगे, ऑफिस कैसे चलाओगे? आई हैड अ टीम ऑफ 5 people एंड बहुत सा, यू नो, फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग कि ओके, लेट्स मेक दिस प्रोडक्ट, यू नो, वी डिड दैट फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, बट कब तक चलेगा? until and unless, right? So we have to get in the money from the customers coming in. And so for a mentor, for sure, like my elder brother, I also discuss with him a lot, so I keep on discussing with him all the things that we do in the business. And yeah, so he has acted as a mentor for sure. And also I come from IIT Mandi, so there are few people there, I keep on talking with them. Right now from 100x I get a lot of mentorship from 100x for sure.
Got it. So how do you define success, and what is success for Data?
So technically success for Datacon. So Datacon, just a view here. So Datacon, what Datacon is, it's a tool using which bots can be trained, right? Bots automate different actions. We can train a bot to do any activity on the browser. For example, the bot can send messages on LinkedIn. It can auto reply to the messages on LinkedIn. It can send connections on LinkedIn. Not just on LinkedIn, but basically it can read emails for us, send emails for us. So वो bots बनते हैं Datacon से. And what we really want is that we are making a Datacon bot store. वो रहेगा जैसे Google Play Store होता है, जैसे App Store होता है, कि वहां पे यूजर्स, हम जैसे यूजर्स, नॉर्मल यूजर्स जाते हैं, वो सिर्फ ऐप यूज करते हैं, एंड डेवलपर्स वहां पे ऐप पब्लिश करते हैं, वो एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो से एप्स बनाते हैं और फिर वहां पे एप्स डालते हैं. सो व्हाट वी रियली बिल्डिंग इज दैट काइंड ऑफ मोमेंटम कि Datacon बॉट स्टोर है जो Datacon यूज करके बॉट्स बनाए और बिजनेसेस यूज करें. एंड वो आर बिलीफ इज कि कोई भी जो ब्राउजर यूज कर रहा है वो बॉट्स को यूज कर सकता है. ही कैन यूज ब्राउजर, वो हमारे बॉट्स उसके काम आएंगे, क्योंकि कोई भी काम अगर मैनुअली कर रहा है, हमारे बॉट्स उस काम को ऑटोमेट कर देते हैं. तो एवरीबडी इज इन द एंड यूजर फॉर Datacon. सो हमारा विजन, हमारे लिए सक्सेस क्या है कि Datacon बिकम बॉट स्टोर बिकम्स एनालॉगस टू गूगल प्ले स्टोर. वो सबके फोन में है, सबके ऐप में है. फॉर टेक्निकली फॉर दैट, या
Understood. So basically you want to capture the whole market जिसके अंदर anyone can come to your platform and buy that or use that product.
बिल्कुल, right.
Got it. What is the biggest risk to Datacon, and how do you plan to mitigate that?
Sure. So again, it's a little technical. I just explained. So what our bots do is, हमारे bots करते हैं, they act on the websites automatically. वो software robots हमारे उससे Datacon से बनाते हैं और वो automatically, let's say, वो वो form fill करते हैं, वो Excel से data read करते हैं. Our bots do all kind of activities. And what it really results in is users का तो काम आसान हो जाता है because उनको manually नहीं करना पड़ता. But this kind of leads a little bit friction with the websites, क्योंकि website जैसे आपने देखा होगा captchas आते हैं, they're trying to stop bots, right? वो आता है कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि वेबसाइट्स में नॉट लाइक कि अरे वी जस्ट, वेबसाइट्स में ओनली वांट कि ओनली ह्यूमन बीइंग्स शुड यूज आवर वेबसाइट, नॉट द बॉट्स. बट वी रन द बॉट्स बिकॉज इवन इफ द यूजर इज रनिंग ऑन हिज ओन कंप्यूटर एट अ नॉर्मल स्पीड, तो कहीं ना कहीं एक वेबसाइट के साथ फ्रिक्शन रहती है बॉट्स की. तो दैट इज, आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर वी फील लिटिल कि कहीं ना कहीं, यू नो,
yeah, makes sense. So there is no other way around. Like the human has to be present there. Ki when it says ki click here to confirm you are a human, so that
So
person
that
has to
part
be
is
there.
fully automated. वो अभी हमारे bots कर लेते हैं. Like even if there is a captcha, anything, bots can do that. But still, like अभी कर लेते हैं, that doesn't necessarily mean कल को भी कर पाएंगे.
Got it.
It's just a thing to, yeah.
And what about those images capture? Ki
हाँ, वो भी सब
find these
solve हो जाता है.
bicycles.
Absolutely.
That's
Everything
great,
can be
man.
fully
That is good.
automatically solved.
That's
Bots
nice.
can solve
Okay.
all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Apart from the business side, can you describe and outline your typical day
Sure.
and what it is
So
like to work with you?
Sure. So like right now, as you know, we all are working from home, and my team member is also working from home. I wake up at 7:30 or so. Then I start working at about 8 to 8:30, and I have a discussion. मेरी team member के साथ discussion होती है 1 घंटा. हम technically है, so she's also developer, मैं भी developer हूँ, and we have the discussion की जो product हम बना रहे हैं. I decide the architecture, मैं outline बता देता हूँ. Then she does that, she writes the code, etc. And then we have few customers. Then उनके साथ कुछ हमारे पास reviews आते हैं, कुछ वो use करते हैं, and they have some questions, I answer them. So 1-2 घंटा basically उनके answers करने में चला जाता है, reply करने में, discussions करने में उनके साथ. And उसके बाद जो हमारा software बन रहा, तो I also test it regularly. हम उसको टेस्ट करते हैं, different bots को मैं अपने systems पे run करके verify करते हैं, and then we deploy. तो 1-2 घंटा उनमें चला जाता है. So yeah, and we are also like right now, abhi we are also looking for people. Hiring for people, and we are just taking interviews, and so 1 to 2 hours are gone there. So that is how the day spends.
Got it. And yeah, the startup world is somewhat glamorized. Ki you have to work a full day or something like that. Do you think it's possible to build something widely popular without burning out or damaging other part of your life, say relationship, health, or other things?
It is for sure possible. It is hard, but it is for sure possible. I mean, it really depends on how high growth of a startup you want, but even high growth startups, it is possible. Like I'll tell about Shopify. You probably heard of Shopify, and uske founder ki statement hai ki he never works more than 9 hours a day, and he has never worked even before, right? So वो 9 hours जो typical day होता है, वो he has always worked only that, and still the Shopify is a $200 billion company, and they have grown
Right.
so fast. So it's really, I think for me, I'd work about like 10, 11, 12 max to max, right? That's what I work, and I think it's possible. Like it's for sure, but it is hard. Yeah, it's like you have to be disciplined around things. Yeah.
Got it. Makes sense. And like you said, ki 12, 11, 12 घंटे दिन के you are working. So apart from these, what do you do in your free time?
Sure, I go for cycling because हमारा जो काम है, we are software developers, and we just keep on
Chair
sitting
पे
on the
बैठ बैठ
chair,
के.
right?
Right.
And so उसके बाद it really feels कि I need to go out, and तो 1 घंटा I go for cycling, and उसके बाद भी 1 घंटा I have like phone calls और कुछ meetings होती हैं, तो I just walk around and do that, and I listen to music. That's what I do, and then yeah, that's how things are. Free time.
And what gets you out of the bed, and let's say what keeps you up at night?
What gets me out of the bed is actually excitement of the product that we are building, because we feel we are building a lot exciting things here, and उनकी excitement होती है कि when it comes out, we're just waiting every day कि वो आए, users use करें, उनके feedback है. So that's always the thought that's there. And what keeps me up in the night is a fear of, let's just say, competition. It's a competition from companies. It could be from big tech companies like Google, etc. Because our just space में हम हैं, it's RPA automation की space है, and we automate browsers. So it's quite possible that Google also comes in the future in this space, so वो भी automate करते हैं. So there's always the fear of that कि कहीं बड़ी company है. होता क्या है, what's happening is आज के in today's world, technology is changing so fast, इतनी rapidly evolve हो रही है कि within we don't even realize कि एक नई technology आ जाती है which could completely disrupt what we are doing. So we really have to be standing on our toes. So that worries us a lot so to just trying to
the
make
fear
us
is,
aware of.
I guess एक छोटा मोटा डर होना ये जरूरी भी है. That makes the person to innovate. उसके बिना यार अगर सब कुछ सही चलता रहेगा तो कोई ज़ील बचेगी नहीं इंसान में.
बिल्कुल.
Do you consider yourself as workaholic?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. And and how do you deal with stress, and if let's say कोई big challenge आ रहा है आपके सामने, how do you gain the strength to tackle that?
Sure. Actually, I do two things. I listen to meditation music a lot. कुछ भी होता है, मैं सोने से पहले भी meditation जो tune it's all on कहीं पे भी हम सुन सकते हैं Spotify पे and all that. And there's a lot of meditation music. I listen to that. I also write down a lot, like जो भी दिमाग में चल रहा होता है, because what happening is stress is because there's a lot of confusion in the mind. So I just start writing down whatever is going on in my mind. I just start writing down on the laptop or on a paper कि ये है, ऐसा ऐसा करना है, कल इसको ये बोलना है, परसों इसको ये करना है. So it really clarifies the mind. If we don't, it's just कि आपको किसी, या if you have, look, I am a solo founder, so I do not have a co-founder कि जिसके मैं बाद साथ बैठ के डिस्कस कर सकूं. But even if you, when you have that, there's always a need कि आप अपने mind को clarify करना चाहते हैं कि what is that you have to do tomorrow, उसके साथ कैसे deal करना है, उस customer के साथ कैसे करना है, अगला product में क्या करना है. So just I keep on writing down lot of things to clarify.
So do you believe in making the to-do list and sticking to a schedule?
Yeah, I do. So it's really होता क्या है कि we are not able to always stick to the schedule, but schedule बनाने से बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा होता है. Yeah, so I do
Hey,
believe.
let's say कि to-do list में आज के 10 काम हैं and you are not able to complete, say, 2 or 3 out of them. So does that make you feel anxious?
No, that doesn't make me feel anxious really, because I even when I am writing कि ये 10 काम है, I know कि probably हो सकता है कि कुछ चीजें नहीं होंगी, but that doesn't make me feel anxious because the day is like that कि you know I expected a meeting to go 30 minutes but वो 1 घंटे की हो गई, so I'll not feel anxious about that. So yeah, I don't feel anxious, but it's just trying to highlight कि क्यों नहीं हुआ है, and if the reason has been कि मैंने सिर्फ time waste किया है, then definitely there's a reason to feel anxious, but if there's any other reason around that, then no.
Got it. Just you said कि you are a solo founder.
Yeah.
Are there any reason कि आपने कोई अपना co-founder नहीं ढूंढा, या फिर you are not able to find someone जिसकी thinking and जो इतना passionate हो इस चीज के लिए? So what's the reason for that?
Actually, yeah. So actually, my thinking has been that I didn't like. I wanted to start a business, and I didn't feel like कि मुझे co-founder की जरूरत है. Right? It's really the word out there कि co-founders की जरूरत होती है business में and all that. But for me, like I have seen lots of business people, my forefathers and everything they have, and even my neighborhoods, and like हर जगह पे हमने देखा है. तो ऐसा मुझे कभी लगा नहीं कि I need a co-founder. The starting business is hard. तो उसमें कोई आसान तो है नहीं. There are tons of things that you have to do as a business when you start business. So
No,
yeah.
but let's say if you are calling out some other person as your co-founder, वो skill sets लेकर आएगा table पे जो आपके पास नहीं है, and that would complement the business. So doesn't that make sense कि एक co-founder होना चाहिए उस sense में?
Right. It does. Like if there is, like it does ki, you know, let's just say I'm a technical person and he's a marketing person, and he's good in marketing, for sure it does make sense. But you know what happens is like हमारी community, I am surrounded by the people जो मेरे जैसे हैं, not मेरे complement.
Right.
We make friends. I go in IIT, वहाँ पे सब tech people हैं. You know, they're not MBAs, right? So it has, तो वो जैसा रास्ता बना, it has been a path कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ तो मेरे वो जैसे के ही लोग मिले. Like if I was tech तो मैंने कहा भी मैं भी tech कर सकता हूँ. तो it was just coincidentally that things happened. If I would have found out, क्योंकि I believe is co-founder is like a wife and a husband, right? Because co-founder is like really a relationship. And
पूरे दिन काम करना है साथ में, तो
भी
एक होना चाहिए.
हाँ, और किसी को भी अगर हम बना लें कि सिर्फ आपको मार्केटिंग आती है, मेरे को ये आती है, और हमारी जान पहचान थी भी नहीं और सिर्फ 3 दिन पुरानी जान पहचान है, और हम को-फाउंडर बन जाए, आई थिंक वो कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आएगा, बिकॉज इट इज रियली बिग बॉन्ड और बहुत नाजुक बॉन्ड होता है. तो या
Got sense. नहीं, it is right. Let's say कि would you be open to find someone जो कहता है कि यार अभिषेक, I am interested in your product, let's set up some interviews, एक दो बार बात करते हैं, मिलते हैं. Would you be open to make that person as a co-founder? Let's say he's bringing those skills जो आपके पास नहीं है.
I wouldn't be actually. I wouldn't be, even if he's
So you
bringing
want to do this
skills.
solo right here?
So look, I'll tell you what. So I have a brother, elder brother, जो I have told you कि मैं उनसे discuss करता रहा. So the reason, it's not that he's only my brother की reason I want to bring him as a co-founder if in the future. But the reason is that we have known each other for the past, like, you know, since when I was born. And I have discussed business with him all the time. So even if we fight or even if we whatever, because in co-founders there will be arguments and everything, but we are there together. So for a new person, like कि सिर्फ 2 interviews में and I just decide कि नहीं, okay, you should become a co-founder. I really feel it's much more, co-founder is much more than just कि एक you know आपने marketing करी, मैंने ये किया और काम चल गया. It's much more than that. So I wouldn't be open to कि कोई भी नया आया, I'll want to become a co-founder.
No, that's great. एक new angle मेरे को भी देखने को मिला. So moving on, what has been the biggest failure in the past and why do you think that happened to you?
Sure. So biggest failure, I was working in Samsung, and so I wanted to do something on my own, and so I made an app named Contacts. It was a contact recommendation app. So I'll give an
Okay.
idea here. So जैसे Facebook पे friends recommendation आती है, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if person is not your friend, वो आ जाता है कि recommended friends है. Why? वो count कर लेते हैं कि 3 mutual friends है, 4 mutual friends है. So I did the same with contacts, the phone numbers. कि आपके पास किसी का नंबर और मेरे पास भी किसी का नंबर है, तो हमारे कॉमन म्यूचुअल होंगे, तो उसके पास भी वो नंबर चले जाएंगे, अगर उसके पास नहीं भी था तो हम वो
Okay.
नंबर्स दे रहे थे. लाइक आपने, लेट से आप कॉलेज में गए, आपके पास सिर्फ
Hmm.
2-3 लोगों के नंबर लिया आपने, उन 2-3
हाँ.
लोगों के पास और 10 लोगों के नंबर थे, तो उन 10 लोगों के नंबर भी आपके कॉन्टैक्ट बुक में आ गए. So that is what we built. It was a contact recommendation system.
Hmm.
So, but the thing was that it got about 5,000 users, 5,000 college students उसको use करने लगे थे उस app को, and we got about 15 lakh contacts in a network. 1.5 million contacts collect हो
Alright.
चुके थे.
Okay.
And but the thing was that the mistake in starting up was that I was just focused कि मेरा idea था. I didn't even ask users कि उनको कैसा लग रहा है, उनको जरूरत भी है या नहीं है, कितना वो यूज करना चाहते हैं नहीं, अभी वो कैसे करते हैं. वो सिर्फ ऐसा था कि मुझे लगा कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, तो मैंने ऐप बनाना शुरू कर दी. And I just spent like 5 months in building the app. I loved building the app. I'm a developer, so I loved it. But
Hmm.
still, from a business point of view, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप कस्टमर से पूछे बिना, यूजर से पूछे बिना कि उसको जरूरत भी है या नहीं है, रियलाइज की बिना सिर्फ अपने गट से बना दो. तो दैट वाज द, आई थिंक, बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक आई डिड.
So basically, you just made a MVP and you just launched it. ये भी नहीं देखा कि there is an actual need for that or not.
Right, absolutely, yeah. सिर्फ मुझे
And
लगा और मैंने बना दिया. That's it.
have you changed it for Datacont?
Yeah, so for Datacont, actually the things have been very different. हम Datacont जो हमने product बनाया है, it was never our own idea. It was really came from the customers in the first place. हम consulting कर रहे थे. We were doing consulting for 2 years. और हमारा कोई product नहीं था. हम service provide कर रहे थे. We were writing programming करके हम autumn projects बना रहे थे. And we were using some tool out there. Selenium tool होता है जिससे browser automation के हम projects बना रहे थे.
Right.
And it had a lot of problems in it. Lot of problems in it. And our customers were facing a lot of problems. वो कह रहे थे कि आपका tool fail हो रहा है जो भी हम projects. तो अब हम बहुत ज्यादा उसमें थे, एंड दैट इज व्हेन वी सेड कि अगर ये चीजें होती हैं, वी डिस्कस विद द कस्टमर्स कि अगर आपकी ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाती है, ऐसे ऐसे हो जाता, तो वुड यू बी विलिंग टू यूज दैट, वुड यू बी विलिंग टू पे फॉर दैट, दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. एंड दैट इज व्हेन द कस्टमर सेड कि फॉर श्योर. तब वी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन दैट. या,
Got it. Is there something that you believe in that most people would disagree with you about?
sure. So I think we discussed this thing कि solo
It's a very
launch, right?
subjective question. हाँ,
Yeah, sure,
काफी subjective
sure.
है.
Sure. Yeah, so I think that's one thing. Like most people, I think 99%, 99.9% of the people believe कि co-founders की जरूरत होती है business चलाने के लिए. I have a belief कि I'm a solo one, and I'm enough to run a successful company. So I think, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. What's the best advice you have received so far? And if you have to advise your 18 yourself, तो वो क्या रहेगी?
So, best advice that I have received so far. Best advice, yeah. So I think advice I have received is कि don't just build the product, or just take one person's advice, or even if the person is a much intelligent person, वो CEO भी है कंपनी का, अगर वो किसी आइडिया को मना कर देता है कि नहीं ये नहीं चलेगा, या वो CEO कह देता है, या बहुत बड़ा इंसान कह देता है कि ये तो बहुत हिट करेगा, कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है. द वर्ल्ड इज वेरी रैंडम, द वर्ल्ड इज वेरी डायनेमिक. तो डू नॉट जस्ट ट्रस्ट कि कोई भी हाई प्रोफाइल लोगों आपने उनसे सलाह ली और आपने अपना बिजनेस आइडिया ही बदल दिया सिर्फ 2-3 लोगों से. कस्टमर्स आर द रियल पीपल जो आपको बताएंगे. इवन व्हाट वी हैव सीन इज कि मेनी टाइम्स होता है कि जैसे वीसीज, वेंचर इन्वेस्टर्स भी हैं या कोई बड़े लोग भी हैं, वो उस डायरेक्शन में जा ही नहीं रहे होते. बट आप देखें कहीं पे कई जगह ऐसा होता है कि कस्टमर्स जो हैं वो उस प्रोडक्ट को डिमांड कर रहे होते हैं, वो, बट इन्वेस्टर्स को नहीं पता होता ऐसा कुछ. इन्वेस्टर्स के काइंड ऑफ कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी होता है कि इस प्रोडक्ट की, उनको लगता है कि कभी इस प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. तो इनफैक्ट शॉपिफाई ऐसे खड़ा हुआ. फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक अमेजोन था, तो एक बार अमेजोन जब बना तो सबने कहा कि ठीक है, अब हर किसी को अपनी वेबसाइट बनाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी, हर कोई सिर्फ अमेजोन पे ही बेचना शुरू कर देगा. बट कहीं ना कहीं शॉपिफाई जो सीईओ है उसको डिमांड आ रही थी कि मुझे अपनी वेबसाइट बनानी है. आई वांट टू मेक अ ओन ब्रांड ऑफ माय ओन. एंड तो धीरे धीरे वहां से बड़े होने लगे. तो इट बेसिकली कि जस्ट लिसन टू कस्टमर्स मोर देन एनीबॉडी एल्स. कोई मेंटर्स ठीक है, इट्स यू शुड लिसन टू देम, बट डू नॉट एक्ट ऑन देम. Only the customers can give you the real information.
So do you think there is a necessity for a mentor in the business?
No, I don't. Actually, your customers are your mentors. Like really, आप कहीं पे भी बस डील कर रहे हैं, just start dealing with customers. कुछ भी आप, customers are the biggest mentors. वो ही बताएंगे कहाँ पे जाना है. I don't think so कि ऐसा कुछ जरूरत है.
No, it's right, I guess. How do you continue to learn in order to stay on the top of the things within your role, like the reading material, some books, or the podcast that you can suggest to our audience, apart
So
from easy stories?
I watch a lot of YouTube videos for sure. I in fact आपके मैंने अभी VC stories पे एक दो interviews सुने मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही. Yeah, so I do a lot on YouTube really. So मेरा जो कुछ भी learning होता है, I just do a lot on learning. As जैसे आपका podcast है, I have listened to a lot of them. Like मैंने Y Combinator के startups का podcast वो interviews I have listened to a lot of them. And there are multiple other business people I follow, and there's a Slidebean
Okay.
channel. Vivek Bindra, there is a Vivek Bindra का channel है, वो business के tips देते हैं. That's also a really good channel. So there are multiple channels like these. Like जैसे आपका है कि जो businesses के बारे में discuss करते हैं, really meaningful. जैसे ये podcast होता है क्योंकि हर life का अपना अपना experience होता है. These are the things I think it's all YouTube. मेरी सारी learning YouTube से आती है.
Let's do one thing. जब हम post करेंगे ये वाली, तो we will mention those channels, and I will just reach out to you कि यार एक बार मेरे को नाम और बाकी चीजें that you follow एक बार बता दो.
Sure.
So yeah, that would be great. So according to you, what are the traits that is required to be a successful founder / a great leader?
Okay, so I think one trait is for sure that's one thing, that is persistence, right? So CEO of McDonald's, founder of McDonald's, said this thing that it's quote by him. Success is 99% perspiration and only 1% inspiration. मतलब perspiration in the sense कि बस डटे रहो, even if there's a failure, then just try again, then try again, and try again, and try again, and try again. Like in the place of failure. So I think
Got it.
that's the only thing.
Like you said, you will be hiring, and you are a team of 5 people. Let's say down the line 5 to 6 years, what type of culture are you incorporating in your company?
So one aspect of that culture is like what we have seen when we are also hiring people. एक चीज हम कहीं ना कहीं देखते हैं कि बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं and they say कि नहीं ये तो हो नहीं सकता, ये कैसे हो सकता है? Because in the product industry, it's not a typical service industry कि जो कहा है वो बना के दे देना. But the product industry, we have to do innovation every day. हमें नई चीजें बनानी है जो कभी हुई नहीं है. And if the people are coming inside the company and वो कह रहे हैं कि नहीं ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि पहले कभी नहीं हुआ इसलिए हो नहीं सकता, that is really, we do not want that kind of thing. So hamare mein it's always like never say no to, never say it is impossible. That's one for sure कि हम culture में embed करना चाहते हैं कि don't ever say that. Yeah.
Basically try to find something और उसको काम में लाओ किसी भी तरह and be innovative.
Right, absolutely. Just never, because होता है क्या, वो बोलता है, कोई भी बोलेगा कि it is impossible, others also get demotivated. So we just like
Yeah,
strictly
right.
bar people की तो बोलना ही नहीं है. You can say it is difficult. You can say it may take a lot more time. You can say it may take a lot more people. You can say other things about it. If that, but never say कि नहीं नहीं हो ही नहीं सकता. It is impossible. And that is really never say that.
Got it. No, it's right. ठीक है यार, जब तुम आगे नहीं जा सकते किसी और को भी क्यों पीछे खींचना.
Right. That really demotivates people for sure.
So according to you, what are the loopholes in current Indian startup ecosystem, sorry?
Indian startup ecosystem, I think अभी जो है चीजें they are good. It's just that education level पे I think like things could be done much more better way. Like colleges maybe and schools maybe, that people should be trained to do startups in some or the other way. Like बेच के आना है, for example, how to do marketing, how to do networking. For in our schools it was just theoretical physics, chemistry, but कभी नेटवर्किंग की वैल्यू नहीं पढ़ाई कि है ना, नेटवर्क करने से क्या फायदा होता है.
Personal finance नहीं पढ़ाते.
हाँ, personal finance नहीं पढ़ा है. Right, absolutely. So these are all different, not just in theoretical but practical point of view also, कि practically भी कुछ चीजें कराई जाए. So I think that education level पे things are missing here.
Got it. So do you think education plays a important role in the startup ecosystem, या फिर education होनी चाहिए नहीं होनी चाहिए, it doesn't matter?
नहीं, absolutely it plays an important role. Look, in an education, I don't just mean theoretical education कि सिर्फ books पढ़ाई जाए. In our schools and colleges, I do mean कि there should be some practicals out there where जहाँ पे लोग real world में जाके कुछ business की चीजें handle करें, finance handle करें, customers handle करें, customer relationship handle करें. And in colleges they could do that. They're mature enough to do that. And so I mean, yeah,
No, makes sense. Excellent. So do you have any parting advice that you want to give to our listeners who are basically those people who want to become an entrepreneur and they just need a push?
Sure. So I think I've got this one advice. I have listened to Jeff Bezos. You probably know, Amazon CEO and founder, right? And he has like spoken this hundreds of times. And I think that's one thing, I'll just say it again. कि customers like just listen to your customers. हम कुछ भी मैंने भी जैसे मैंने आपको कहा कि I made an app of contacts without listening to anybody and that is going nowhere. If you're just listening to our guts कि मेरे पास ये आइडिया मुझे लग रहा है अच्छा है, चाहे मुझे 2 लोगों ने भी बोल दिया कि अच्छा है, that doesn't mean अच्छा है. It really is just try to get the MVP out and listen to your customers. वो क्या कह रहे हैं, वो क्या चाह रहे हैं. That is the best. किसी और mentors guides को सुन के you can just listen to them but act only on what your customers want. That's it.
No, that is great. Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek. It was really interesting learning your story and love your vibes, man. So yeah, let's hope to get you again in a few months and एक बार एक run through करते हैं कि कैसा रहा आपकी journey इसके बाद.
Sure.
And all the best for your future endeavors, man.
Sure. Thank you. And
Thank
you
you.
also doing a great thing, Komal and Mohil. It's really great, this podcast and all. It's really amazing. All the viewers जो ये देख रहे हैं, it's really amazing. I think for me, like quite frankly, like I'll tell you what, I have watched lots of these podcasts. मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे देखे हैं जहाँ पे मैं businesses के CEOs को सुनता हूँ, and I hope ये grow हो, and because it really helps people, really. It's I wish you all the luck for sure.
Thank you so much for the word of confidence, man. Take care. Bye bye.